My name is James Williams Jr., and this is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. And clearly I am in a time warp because it is still Tuesday. It is 11:38 West Coast time. I doubt it. The West Coast are probably out just getting started. It may be like 8 something there. But here in the East Coast, it is 11:38. That's my clock on this thing is like completely wrong. See my troll? Anyway, so if you watched my last video, I was gonna make some slight comparisons. So the 3 people that I want to compare, from one from DC and 2 from Marvel. Okay, in DC Comics, Bruce Wayne and Lex Luthor and maybe Vandal Savage are the 3 richest guys in the DC universe. Well, Vandal Savage is only rich because he's a fucking immortal. Bruce Wayne is rich because he was born into it. Lex Luthor is rich because he was born into it. Right? And they have had joint adventures with each other. I can't really say any of them have worked with Vandal Savage except maybe Lex, but financially, Vandal's like unlimited money. Bruce may have billions, but Vandal has an unlimited source of money because he's been alive for an unlimited amount of years, kind of like in DC. No one's ever seen Apocalypse outside of his mutant character. No one knows except for like way back in Egypt, but he's immortal, so he doesn't have a lack of money. That's almost a guarantee. So let's go to DC really quickly because I want to compare Iron Man, Night Thrasher, and Batman. Alright? Now, I know you're thinking, why in the fuck did you put Dwayne Taylor, the new Warriors leader, in there? Because he's rich and he's black. Simple as that. Now, I'm going to go with him first because he's the minority. Alright? And Tony Stark and Bruce Wayne are the majority. Alright. So, Dwayne Taylor, like Batman, mortal, no mutant powers, genius up here, forming the New Warriors basically the same damn way that Batman worked with the Justice League, only a little bit more brutal because he grabbed Nova and literally threw him off a building. He recruited Firestar and Justice, not the easy way, but the hard way, to make them use their mutant powers to make sure that he could handle living and fighting with mutants. He grabbed Namorita out of college. Namor's cousin, for those who don't know, she actually wound up being a clone at one time. I don't know what they did with that. And then eventually they wound up canceling the New Mutants. The New Warriors. Now, like Bruce Wayne, Dwayne Taylor has money. He has millions, maybe billions. It's hard to say because he died. And he had a ward, just like Robin, only this guy was a 13-year-old killing machine named Rage, who used to be an Avenger. You get where I'm going with that? Oh yeah, did I mention Rage was black? Yeah, Rage is black. I don't know if he's still black. I don't know if he still exists in the comic book or not, but he was an Avenger and he was black, and he got fired by Tony Stark for letting someone steal a fucking Quinjet. No, excuse me, for letting the New Warriors steal a Quinjet and going with them on an adventure to get Silhouette's mom. It's a long story. Anyway, so Dwayne Taylor has a skateboard for a shield. He carries an Uzi 9mm, and he has short sticks, or the correct term, chobos, and he kicks ass on a major level because, like Batman, he studied abroad, and he basically is a ninja and a samurai, and he fights very well. And I do believe that his mom was either supposed to be Chud's daughter, who wound up being someone else's mom, which Dwayne Taylor wound up having relationships with. And Dwayne Taylor's mentor killed his father and his mother at dinner in front of him, and Dwayne's memory was wiped. And then when he finally finds out the truth, I can't remember if he shot his mentor in the head or someone else shot him in the head, but they saved him and they brought him back to life and everything was forgiven. It's a long story. I forgot the title of it. If I find it, I'll bring it up and show it to you. I'll take the computer down to my resources and show it to you. Whatever I need to do, I'll do. But anyway, let's get off of Dwayne Taylor and let's go to Iron Man Tony Stark. Iron Man Tony Stark is, again, a millionaire or a billionaire. They change it every time that someone in Marvel needs more money. If it's always the richer people that need all the money, because Forge is actually pretty rich too, but he's a Native American, and his wealthiness comes from him being a mutant and being able to design and build anything and everything. and no one gives Forge the credit that he deserves. Okay, I don't think he built Nimrod, but he might have had something to do with designs. We're going to leave that alone because I don't want to touch that, because that could be a bad resource and I could be completely wrong on that. Because why would a mutant build a Sentinel willingly? Okay, so leaving that and going back to Iron Man. Iron Man, like Batman and like Night Thrasher, has a suit for every occasion. Only I don't think Batman has a Hulk Buster. I think he might have a Superman or a Shazam Buster, but that's not what they're called. But Iron Man definitely has a Hulk Buster. A couple of them. Even War Machine has a Hulk Buster. I think War Machine actually might have flew the Hulk Buster first. So, depending on how you look at it and your knowledge of comic books, the Hulk Buster is a pretty fancy piece of fucking equipment. Now, Iron Man has a suit for every occasion. Every supervillain or Jarvis and whatever, they adapt so that whoever he's fighting, the next suit will be ready because all of the readings are taken and stuff. And then the next thing you know, they're bingo, bango, bango. The next time he goes into battle with somebody, the iron armor is ready to go. So we're going to leave Iron Man now, and we're going to go to Batman. I know you guys have been waiting for this, so we're going to Batman, who once was a millionaire, and now he's a billionaire, and within the next millennium, he'll probably be a trillionaire. So, don't ask how that works. I'm not into money. I just know that he went from millions to billions, and he'll probably go to trillions before it's over. He'll probably be like Richie Rich and be zillionaire, and that just means he'll be the richest man in the world, which will be illogical because that would more likely be Vandal Savage. But anyway, or Lex Luthor, to make things interesting. Anyway, so Batman has a suit for every villain as well, or every situation rather. I can't really say every villain, but I can definitely say every situation, because when he goes in raw and doesn't know anything, he only has his utility belt, and his utility belt must be like the genius belt of all belts, because it has get out of jail free card in every situation that he's in. And even when the bad guys take the utility belt, these guys aren't smart enough to search him for smaller tools that he carries inside the midst of his gloves, or those little spiky things. And they frisk these guys, but they never find these things because of whatever the material is that Batman's suits are made of. They work out pretty well for hiding shit. So Batman picks locks with these things. He escapes narrowly at like the last split second. Batman has never been in so much peril that he doesn't escape, but he always has escaped. And like Iron Man and Night Thrasher, he always seems to have a solution to every problem, most of the time. So if you want to know, the thing that just makes me feel that I had to compare these three is that because the Batman, no matter how bad it gets, this motherfucker knows he's going to survive it. He just knows it. Iron Man and Night Thrasher, you can't really say that, especially since Night Thrasher's ass is dead. But as far as like the other two, no. Iron Man, he's a genius too, so he's pretty much knowing that there's 9,000 ways that he can calculate and escape. And then there's that 9,001 that he's already set for. So, it kind of depends on how you want to revolve around that. Now, as for Batman, there's almost nothing that he has not been able to escape from outside of a broken spine. Right? But, that's what makes things interesting, is that Batman was not beat by a mutant or a metahuman super being. He was beat by a fucking drug addict. Yeah. Bane was on steroids. That's all. That's the only thing the reason why Bane won, simple as put it, is that Batman went like 6 days without sleep. Not that I'm excusing it, but he went 6 days without sleep. He never stopped being on patrol. He barely ate. And the guy he fought kept getting jacked up on this joy juice. Not Jesus juice, joy juice. It just kept enhancing his muscles. And you would think that, in reality, if you give somebody enough drugs that they will OD on it, that this shit would kill them. Which is what Batman should have done. But he didn't. Batman did not conquer Bane. If my memory is correct, Azrael, as Batman, conquered Bane. And if my memory is correct, because I think I still have the comic somewhere, I think Azrael broke Bane's back, as turnabout would be fair play. And in fact, Azrael started going fucking ballistic, so Nightwing and Tim, I was right. Nightwing and the second Robin, who trained Azrael to be Batman, to do all of Batman's mannerisms, they had to stop him. and get him the fuck out that suit because he was just making Batman look incredibly rough. He kind of made Batman look worse than he was when he was the Dark Knight. Like in the Dark Knight, Batman, he didn't kill people, but he came pretty fucking close. Where Azrael just didn't give a fuck, and when he made the claws that could shoot and everything, you know, Azrael wasn't playing. He was Batman, but he wasn't the Batman that Bruce Wayne set out for Batman to be, which is why he made that phone call to come in to the only successor who should ever wear the mantle of the Batman if anything happens to Batman, and that would be Dick Grayson. However, if the timelines are correct, eventually Dick Grayson becomes Red Robin. He does do Batman for a little bit, and then he becomes Red Robin. And I'm not sure if it's Dwayne, Tim, or Terry who gets to become Batman later in life. But if you go by the cartoon, it'll be Terry, because Terry doesn't find out that he's a clone of Batman until the last episode of the Justice League Unlimited, where old ass Amanda Waller points out that he was made to be Batman because he was genetically issued, and then they somehow injected him into his father, Mr. McGinnis, to make sure that his mother would be the bearer of Batman. And that the Phantasm initially was paid to kill Terry and to kill his mother and his father in front of him. But Batman supposedly showed up and stopped it. And so you have to watch the last episode of Justice League Unlimited. I'm pretty sure I'm fucking this up on some level or another, but I'm gonna own it. You know, I'm pretty sure that I'm fucking it up. So in comparison, tragedies also have made all three of those guys heroes. Dwayne Taylor lost his parents by his dad's best friend blowing them away at dinner. I'm not really sure if it was a white restaurant, black restaurant, or a Chinese restaurant, because they did reflect a lot of Thailand stuff in the book. And Tony Stark's parents, I have no fucking idea what the hell happened to them, but they died when he was a kid too, which is why Jarvis was like the nanny, etc., etc. And I'm pretty sure that he made Jarvis himself, like to entertain him or whatever, and I guess his dad was pretty cool with it, but Howard really was not really around because he was always making money and inventions and shit that was just like kicking ass. I don't really remember what the fuck happened to Iron Man's mom. I'm pretty sure there's an origin story somewhere, but I'm really not into Iron Man. I like Iron Man, don't get me wrong. I've read his books, but after him and Pepper broke up and she dated Rhodey for a while, I kind of stopped. Not that I didn't support the interracial relationship, it's just that I kind of had hopes for Iron Man and them. And then I also, the only Avenger that I ever really liked was Captain America and U.S. Agent, which I'm kind of mad that they haven't even considered bringing U.S. Agent into the films. I'll make another video about that after this. But as far as Batman is concerned, his parents also murdered in front of him. So in comparison, all of them lost their parents at a young age. All of them are normal people with unlimited amount of money and became superheroes. I'm James Williams Jr. and I'm closing out right now because my next one is going to be on U.S. Agent only. Thank you.